Are you talking to me?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Well, I was just checking in to say, hey, we are at the vet, which is somewhere we go probably 1 to 2 times a week. It depends on, sometimes we don't come here for months, that's okay. But we're here with Bessie, so she's going in, because she got dissected last week and she's got a little lump on her tummy. So we're going to get that checked out, and then the 3 baby kittens are in to get dissected. So yeah, just another day, another week, another vet trip. Yeah, isn't she just beautiful? She's so beautiful. She's just purring. Everybody here loves her. Also, happy to not here. Thought I'd better come and check up and see what Farmer John is up to. I get little photo progress pics to go, I think they like it. Little photo of the lammies in their new shelter.
Bit of an upgrade.
Bit of an upgrade. So it was a dog kennel before, which is cute and cozy if you've got 2. But this is going to be better. And I don't know how realistic this is, but I would love to one day. What are you looking at me like that for? I would really like to have a heated situation in the house. Maybe not their own fireplace. Maybe something like a like a heat lamp. You know? The problem we have is we can't run one is that we can't get the electrics to this spot. That's our problem. We have a heat lamp. We just can't plug it in over here because of the distance between the house and the many obstacles like dogs and fencing and having to drive things like tractors through the property. You know, you can't. Terribly unsafe. So yeah, for now we just pack it full of straw. What do you think, Yoda?
I'll even put a roof on.
Oh, cheers. Good on you, baby. He's even going to put a roof on. Okay, I'm going to let you guys in on a really cool secret recipe of mine tonight. It is something that I make far too often because it's delicious and easy and relatively inexpensive once you stockpile, and I'm not talking in any particular large amounts. It's just 1 head of lettuce, half a head of cabbage, a couple of these guys. These are good. Like, we have friends, we have people who I've made these souvlaki's, so that's what I'm making, souvlaki's. I've made these souvlaki's for lots of people and they either love them or they freak out because they're too much like the OG, if you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm gonna make souvlaki's tonight because it's been a long day, it's been a long week, and it's delicious, and I had most of the ingredients in the house already. I just needed John to pick up some yogurt. So we had a big day today. The kittens went in to get dissected. Lot number, I don't know, 564, whatever it is. And yeah, that was the only thing that was missing. So it's got some really good stuff. Tomato, yummy sauce. I'll show you through it as we go through. Critical fresh meat from the garden. Delicious. Not critical, I shouldn't say that. It's actually fine without it, but I do prefer it with. So I'll be back. So Farmer John has just like hooked me up. He's just managed the height of the stand for the camera. Anyway, so I'm going to talk you through the sauce. The sauce, I'm going to tell you. John's just over there, by the way. Say hi. Sauce is everything for me. I'm a very decadent person, so can't stress enough how important sauce is. Anyway, so it's coconut yogurt. I really should have prepared things. I'm just going to prep things and I'll come back to you. Hang on. Alright, so I usually just use about half a tub of the yogurt, and we do a dash of white pepper. And like, I don't measure. I used to measure everything, and it's hard because sometimes people ask you for a recipe, you know, like a breakdown of your recipe, and I'm like, I don't know, a decent pinch of salt. I love salt. I'm a bit salt obsessed. A very decent pinch of smoky paprika, maybe 2. I really like smoky paprika. It's really good for you too. And then we add some lemon juice, so about half a lemon, depending on how juicy. That's a very juicy lemon. So yeah, it can get very citrusy, obviously, with that much lemon. But if you do have that much, I just add a little bit more yogurt, and then you just mix it up, and you've got beautiful. I think originally the recipe I looked up was like a garlic sauce, and I've just adapted it over time. I used to use raw garlic. I find that a little bit hard on my tummy or my guts, whichever one. I can't really. Anyway, so I've just used powdered garlic, and fresh mint and paprika, just to give it that smoky flavor as well. And then, oh, perfect. Yeah, usually is. I'm not gonna lie, like I've made this a million times, so it's pretty good. All right, so I'm just going to prep the filler, and I just wanted to add as well what helps when partaking in the dinner making process is to have a glass of wine. I highly recommend. So a new addition is just adding a little bit of red onion. I don't know why it's taking me so long to add that in. And then we've got the red cabbage. I just like to finely shred everything. You'll see why it just helps with wrapping up the souvlaki. And then we have some, what is this called? What is this called, this lettuce? I've just gone, iceberg lettuce. I just went blank, sorry. Everything finely shredded, that's just my preference, of course. You can have your lettuce and your cabbage any way you like. I'm going to tell you something. You probably already know this. It's not like I'm a genius for figuring this out. And I'm not, because I was young when I worked it out. I used to work at Pizza Hut. And I used to have the job of cutting up the fruit and veg. And yeah, what am I doing? Anyway, so the trick is serrated knife to finely dice your tomatoes. All right. Now, even though John has eaten these souvlakis a million times over, and I know exactly what he thinks about them, I'm still going to capture this on film for you. He's done the sniff test already.
Small bites.
Small bites, yeah. Just, yeah, delicate biting for the video, yeah, instead of his usual chew swallow.
Delicious. They are so good. Sauce is amazing. Yep.
They're a little bit too good, aren't they?
Yeah. You can get sick of them though. Like day after day.
He does. I had to stop making them for a while because I made them too often anyway. Lots of napkins are involved because I like to make everything extra saucy. But yeah, we'll leave it at that so we can just... not yet. Oh. Okay.
Yummy.
All right. Bye. I often show video or snippets of the cats, but I wanted to just spend a little bit more time and introduce you to them if I can, because they are still a little bit scaredy cats, some of them. Like this guy here, Harry. Hi, Harry. He is the most timid out of the group. So there's about 12 or now 13 cats living in the dining room. When I say living, I mean sleeping. So obviously they access the house during the day. But Harry is our biggest fraidy cat and also happens to be the most playful. Barry, are you going to say hi? Barry's actually one of the most social, so he's just being weird. Hello, this is Rocket. So most of the cats here came, there were a colony of them living on a farm, not far from here. And I feel like I've said this story so many times, but anyway, farmer had to move, settlement date, blah, blah, blah. New owners didn't want them on the property. Pit had been dug. Cats and at that stage, alpacas were going to get shot and thrown in the pit. So anyway, we took in the colony cats. But anyway, Rocket's not one of them. He was born on a chicken farm, weren't you, Rocket? This is Norman. Normie. Hi, Norman. Hi. He actually was born here, very first litter. When we moved in, his mum's name was Sansa. She sadly has since died. And yeah, there were a lot of cats that were born here. Anyway, Rocket. Hello, Angie. You're coming to say hello? Norman has been bitten by a snake 2 times. And has very, very lucky to have been saved 2 times. Did you want to say hello, Angie? Isn't she beautiful? Angie is a very shy kitty, but she's just getting a little bit more confident every, I wouldn't say day, let's go month. Every month, a little bit more confident. Like, look, do you want to say hello? Oh, there we go. That's nice. Oh, hello, Groot. Gosh, everyone wants a cameo. Groot is Rocket's brother, and I don't know what happened, but he was friendlier than Rocket as a baby. They came at 5 weeks old. Super friendly. He wasn't that interested. It's the opposite now. Now Groot has been, I think he's been taken down by the colony. They've wilded him. This is Secret, and this is actually pretty good footage of Secret. She usually has like gunk in her eyes, and I can't get it out because she won't let me touch her. Hey, Siggy. Secret. If anyone's seen Eurovision, Lars and Secret. We had Lars, but he's been rehomed. Over here is Sigrid's mother. Hopefully she won't freak out and run away. Hi, Laramie. This is Laramie, and she's by far the spiciest, frightenedest kitty of all. But again, has come a long way and now lets me pat her very reluctantly, but lets me at dinner time only. You're beautiful, Laramie. She was in the cat tower for months. Would only come out when we weren't watching to poop and eat. That's it. And then we have these two. Oh, well, there's still more than this, but right now this is Gary. Hi, Gary, and Gotchi. Because I was cooking a lot of things with Gochu Chang. So we've got Gotchi and Gotcha. Go figure. I was just, we do struggle for names sometimes. This is brother Gotcha. Gotcha. Cha-Cha and Chi-Chi. So Gotcha is second most expensive kitty here because he had some rare medical condition when he was younger, and yeah, a lot of money and surgery and saving his life. We love you though, kid. So that's cool. Hey, buddy. Aren't they beautiful? I think that's everyone in here for now. I won't take you into the dining room because, oh, I don't know, it just always looks like crap. I think that was everyone down that end of the house anyway. Let's see if we can sneak up. Oh, I think they're on our bed. Oh, here's some. You guys, we've met these guys a few times. This is actually the 3 girls. The little one getting up now is Mittens. And then we have Sienna in the middle, and this is Meg Mac. Hi, Meg Mac. Their eyes look funny still. They got desexed yesterday. And they just look a little bit spacey. They're still spaced out. So the 3 girls, they've been here maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks. I can't remember. Hey guys, we have Taser, super friendly. The girls are really skittish, and then Nudge and Nudgy, the boys are super friendly. Bessie, our beautiful girl, don't mind all the clothes in the background. Anyway, Bessie is wonderful. So she's the mama who we took in that same night she gave birth to 3 kittens. I'd never met her before, and she was just cuddling into me, and then she was having contractions. This is a real story, by the way. She'd have a contraction, and she would reach out with her arm and grab my arm and made me hold her hand while she had contractions. Didn't you, Bessie? And she's the sweetest little baby girl ever. And we took her back to the vet yesterday because she got desexed recently, and her wound site is just a little bit swollen. Anyway, I love that the vet there said she looks like a chipmunk. You look like a chipmunk. Hello. And then we have Minnie. Hi, Minnie. Took her in years ago now. Actually used to live with somebody I used to work with who has passed. And so I agreed to take her in. Hello, you're so cute. These guys are so cute. Yes? And this is Joni Mitchell. Hi, Joni. And we've got Twix trying to come in. Oh, Twixie. Hey, Joni. Joni Mitchell came from a hoarding case in the suburbs. My daughter stepped in, helped get a whole heap of cats out. She's blind in one eye. I think at least mostly blind. Anyway, we'll do the passing of the cats, and then in comes Twix. Twix, have you come in to chill or poop? Chill or poop? He's been a bit naughty, Twix. We always thought he was such a good boy. Where have you gone? There you are. Turns out he's actually a culprit for some of the poos that we found in the house. Not in the litter tray, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I feel like I've carried on enough. Hi, guys. Anyway, I've just come back out the hallway and it's like, this is what greets me. Oh my goodness. What is it, Barry? Oh, go get the door shut. During these cold mornings, not everyone wants to get out of bed. And they're like, what are you looking at? Yeah, this is Donnie, Turk, Boris. Oh, I was about to say, here I am in my secret spot with Uncle Archie. Hey, buddy. We just have a friend who's followed over. And then who's behind me? Is that Dadiri? Dadiri. He's another really sweet kid. You know the ones that just get pushed around a little bit? You've got to give them a little bit of extra love and a little bit of a quiet space to eat. Good morning, fluffy buns. They must keep warm, right? With their fluff. So we're just having a little moment of holding our breath to see whether we can get hay. So we've been doing a fundraiser because we're in a drought, and because we're in a drought like the rest of Victoria, everybody needs hay. So it's really scarce. So we've been contacting a few different people. We've been desperately pushing this fundraiser because not only do we need a lot of hay, the hay is way more expensive than it used to be because people can drive it up when there's a high demand for it. Suddenly, you know, our rounds of hay have gone from 130 from our wonderful farmer hay dude around the corner who's run out of hay, and now we're looking at paying a minimum of 250, and it's not even as good. But anyway, got to do what you got to do, right, to keep everybody like Stu. Clearly he needs lots of food, doesn't he? He's quite fat. But anyway, so we are just having a moment. I can see Farmer John down at the gate. He's on the phone to somebody, and I'm really hopeful that it's the person that he was talking to earlier, that we may just be able to get a whole heap of hay rounds delivered. It's just really interesting. So previously we'd do hay rounds and squares, and mostly at the moment we're just chasing rounds. Anyway, I won't bore you with the details, but yeah, just been up to the horses to take their rugs off. I can't see them. They're over there. Anyway, I just wanted to share that moment with you because we are we're pretty terrified of the prospect of not being able to get the hay delivered. Yeah, never been in a position before where we have the money but can't get the actual product. Previously it's the other way around, but yeah, fingers crossed. Pretty cute. Just wanted to go and say hi, Harley. How can we not say hello to Harley? You're so vocal, aren't you, buddy? So vocal and so handsome. You're so handsome, Harley. He's such a beautiful boy. So the two things that he really loves, food and belly rubs. But I've got to keep moving, buddy. I've got to go back to work. So handsome. Oh, hello, Charlotte. So I was just saying, I hope that was a good phone call.
It's a great phone call. Long story short, we're getting hay delivered this afternoon.
And what were you just doing just then? Was it this?
That's it.
Yeah, okay, hang on, we're back.
Okay.
All right.
Whew. Yeah, so pretty cool. And our normal hay guy's actually coming to unload it for us.
Because we have a tractor, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. There you go.
Which we're going to get it fixed, right? Yay! Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Yay for the animals. So one tractor load. We've got one truckload coming today.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll have another truckload coming maybe next week.
Yeah. Whenever they're ready.
It's pretty good.
No, that's great. Oh. Oh.
Hey Murphy. Hey Murph. You enjoying it? You're in luck, buddy, because we've got more coming. We are. We're down to one round. We're down to one round. That's all we've got out the front. Two rounds out the front. That's all we had left. And what, a couple of days, 3 days worth of squares. About, hey, whoa.
Yeah, thereabouts.
3 or 4?
I don't even know what we're paying for this hay that's coming. They said, yeah, we'll take it.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm joking.
given day, something you just never know what is going to happen any given day. So these are two horses I mentioned previously, Jack and Diva, who have just arrived. So yeah, literally just arrived. Hi guys, sorry. So yeah, our horses are very intrigued. We have talked about them, but I'm not sure they believed us. So these guys are having a real thorough explore and sussing out all these animals that are all around them. We've got alpacas next door. Look, all the cows have come over. They're sussing it out. This is Diva. Hi Diva. They don't have a clue who I am yet, so this is Jack. Hi Jack. You've discovered the only bit of foliage around here, hey? Foliage? That's not the right word, is it? Hey guys. You're very beautiful. It's nice to meet you. Hi. Every time I turn around, say hi Sophie. Every time I turn around, this monkey keeps running into the back of me. I'll be doing something and then I'm just like, what's that? Oh, that's monkey. Yeah, I have to have a new segment. Me and my monkey. You're so handsome. Oh my god, what are you doing? Mwah. Yeah, so currently we're up here with Sapphire because as this happens this time of year, the ground can get quite muddy and it can impact on the horse's feet and cause infection in the foot. So we discovered poor Sapphy has been holding a lot of weight. She's obviously in a lot of pain. So we've discovered she has an abscess in her foot, and so we're going to try and soak it and we're going to put a pulse on it and I'll show you what it looks like. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Sapphy. She was really well behaved. I mean, not like she's ever not well behaved, but she was, you know, yeah, they're smart. They know, she knows we're trying to help her. And I have no idea if the strap on that boot is going to say we've duct taped it until maybe John can come up, because I don't know how to do straps or knots or anything like that. But yeah, for now, hopefully that'll just help keep it on. It'll just keep that area clean and dry. Because, you know, even though we don't get rain, it's very damp in the mornings and the ground gets very muddy. So thank you so much, Sapphire. She's just had her medicine. It's just pain relief to help her feel more comfortable. So fingers crossed. Well, hello there, beautiful Diva. So thought I'd come over and do a little bit more of an introduction to these two. So Diva is 27. Oh, sorry, 20. Sorry. And Jack is 27. So they came here yesterday. They've had their first full night on the farm. I've had my first experience of unrugging them and it all went totally fine. I guess the only thing is I'm not used to just they're taller than I'm used to. Do you guys want to come say hi? Yeah? Thank you. Hi, Diva, you beautiful girl. Hello, darling. So she so the couple who came yesterday, they took Diva in about 11 years ago. She was on a stud farm, racing. She was born on a racing stud farm, but she didn't have the stride. She didn't make the cut. So anyway, she was put out to pasture And then she was taken in by the lovely couple who brought them here yesterday. And Jack, he's an old boy. He doesn't look it, and you know, this is great. They're actually both in really good health and apparently have really good teeth, which is huge for us because all the other horses here have health problems. So anyway, Jack's got excellent teeth and is excellent health for his age, but he is an ex-pacer horse. Now, I didn't know what that was, so I had to look it up. Something to do with the way that they run when they're raced. So thoroughbred, standard bred. The first two of these kind on the farm. Jack's a really gentle old soul. I can't wait to get to know these guys better. I don't know what they're trying to say to me at the moment. Probably bring more food, even though they've had plenty already. But anyway, yeah, it was a really hard decision for the couple to move the horses on. They had been staying at a friend's property for about a year, and time had come where they had to be moved on because they were taking over the cows' paddock, and they needed to move the cows back. So these two had nowhere to go, and you know, the couple were really worried about rehoming because, especially when they're older horses, people just don't want them because generally they have health problems, but people, they want young. They want you younger. Are you okay? Sorry, I didn't mean to move my hand so fast. Hello, beautiful. I'm just following them around. They're like, you right there? So what often happens to horses who are older, if you can't find a home for them, they end up in sale yards. And from there, you just never know who might buy them, and quite often when they have problems or they're older, they'll end up as dog meat. So this couple desperately didn't want that to happen, and they're really happy that they've come here, and you know, we're happy. We were in a position to give them a home. So I mean, currently they're in our like a hospital yard area right next to the tiny house. Yeah. Oh, everyone's just urinating and pooping. So yeah, it's been a really hard decision for this lovely couple to make, to move these two beautiful horses on. But the lady's dad has dementia, and it was a 5-hour drive back and forth caring for him, and that's just, yeah, it became too difficult, and it's yeah, difficult, like I said, to make that decision, but ultimately just wanting to make sure that they ended up somewhere safe, and they're very, very safe here. Good morning, Jack. How do you like your brekkie? Looks like it's gonna rain. Look at that. It says it's gonna rain.